question which is very interesting. You can understand at the juncture of their career, they have a query like what brings success to them. Is it living within the comfort zone or going outside the comfort zone and getting into those uncharted territory, which being an Indian, probably sometimes we are very scared of. So I would like to, put it up to any one of you or maybe all of you to share your views as that, they get the right kind of flavor to approach the life in a year or so when they hit the corporate world and they understand what it means to live within the comfort zone or what it means to live outside the comfort zone.
Okay, just my 2 cents here is that, there's no one size fits all for everyone, right? It depends on the circumstances, the background you're coming from. The fact is that, when we were graduating, we were concerned about the fact that our parents have slogged it out to give us the best of education they could give. And it was time to pay back. So we had a responsibility on our head and we didn't have so much of opportunities. And in our times, failure was looked down upon. It was a taboo. If you failed, yes, you're dead. Your neighborhood will look at you and point fingers at your parents, right? But if you look at the real world today failure is looked upon in the US. The whole mindset is that if you haven't failed, that means you haven't learned. You haven't tried, right? So the fact is that, failure means that you're learning. It's a learning values. And the best part is that if somebody wants to risk it to become an entrepreneur, unlike our times, there was no capital available. You either had to take money from your dad or your uncle or borrow money, and banks never give you money, right? For a first-time entrepreneur. Today, there are people, there are angel investors, there are groups, there are bodies within the government which are encouraging entrepreneurism. So there are people, so there is the seed capital or whatever you may call it is available for people to take a risk without risking their own money, provided they want to try it out. So if somebody has that ability, the courage to go and say that, look, I will give it a shot at entrepreneurism, I would say that go jump into the deep end of the pool and learn it. Nobody's going to teach you. MBA school will not teach you how to become an entrepreneur. To become an entrepreneur, you got to jump into the deep end of the pool and swim there. A couple of times you may drown, almost drown, and somebody will come and pull you out, or you will be able to splash yourself out. But again, as I said, there is no one size fits all. It depends on your circumstances. And if somebody wants to get into the comfort zone of getting into a job, remember one thing, fundamentally, in our time, there was something called job security. There's nothing called job security anymore. You may get into a job, day after tomorrow, the company may not exist. Or you may be, even if you're a part of a large bank, the bank may come and say, here's a pink slip, get lost, your job is gone. So there's no job security. So that comfort zone, if you still wish to have, you can go and build some experience there, learn about the real world situation, and then maybe venture into entrepreneurism. And the other message is that if somebody wants to go and join a young company means a company where they are working closely with young founders and young team members and all that, there you get to get a wide angle view of what's going on. So the learning value could be good. So based on this, one can take a decision.